I have another very simple explanation of how a Web2, from a technical application perspective, how a Web2 application works and how a Web3 application works. If you look at a Web2 application where we have a browser, any application where, let's take an example of a property management website where I'm listing my property on, or I'm looking for a property, and then it's basically a front end. There is internet, there are APIs, there is an API call from the front end. It goes to the server, it pulls all the information, it basically makes a request, and then there is an API call for an application server, and then there is a database on the server. It pulls the information back and then shows me like a listing of properties, or my properties, my accounts, email, password, OTP based. Everything is all Web2 based, where we say that it's a client-server architecture where we make a request, the browser, or when we say we, the client browser application from the front end makes a request to the server, a server responds, and then data is given back from the server application, which is again connected to a database server. This database can be anything, right? SQL Server or Oracle or any traditional relational database. When it comes to Web3, where we say that the same thing, where, okay, there is a client application where I'll give you an example of this application where we're saying there is a front-end application, and a very simple application could be that there is somebody, you're trying to buy a mobile phone, right? And you buy a mobile phone with an EMI, okay? Now, when you buy a mobile phone with an EMI, you say that, okay, I want to, this mobile phone is, let's say, worth 1 lakh, and you want to buy it in EMI for 6 months, and you split this, you do a down payment of whatever, 10,000 rupees, and then you say 15,000 is my cost every month, right? Now, what we are saying is this EMI of fixing the amount, the EMI every month, and the person who will be paying it is part of the smart contract. And you put this logic into the smart contract, and every time you pay, your transaction is recorded, your initial amount is recorded, your transactions, every payment is recorded, and a history is recorded as to when you have paid and what you have paid. And the most impressive part is it's not stored on one server, it is all part of the network now, right? So you have a client browser front-end application, right? It makes a server request, it at least loads the front end of, okay, this is my product, this is my information, this is the amount, this is how the split of the EMI would be. And then you say, make an API call. Once you make an API call, it also interacts through this RPC request through the server, and then interacts with the network, and then posts this information saying that when I say buy and I make a payment, it also triggers and initiates a transaction saying that I want to interact with this smart contract, execute a transaction with my particular wallet address, my unique hash ID, and say 10% is being paid, 10,000 rupees, and then 6 months we'll pay 15,000 rupees each. And then all of these things get recorded. So next time when I come back, I will also be saying, I can actually see how 2 payments are done, and then your balance are there. All of this is recorded. It's not centralized, which means one, I cannot go and edit it. Somebody cannot go and edit it. So this architecture, this interaction happens through all of these remote procedure calls, where you interact with the blockchain and then retrieve information based on that smart contract, and then show the balances of when you paid, how much is paid, and how much is the balance to be paid.